Let's talk a little about Inside Out 2, which has just been released and everyone has been talking about lately. I assume most of us love Pixar, but some recent Pixar movies have been a disappointment to me. I was very excited when I was told that they were working on the second movie of Inside Out. Since I found the first movie very successful in terms of scenario, character writing, and concept, I had very high expectations for the second movie. I watched the second movie and today I will share my thoughts with you. Warning! Spoiler alert! In the first movie of Inside Out, we witness Riley's completely changing life and emotional transitions when she moves to a new state. The plot in the first production. It is shaped around Riley's main emotions: joy, sadness, fear, disgust, and anger. In the second movie, we witness Riley encountering new emotions as she takes her first steps into adolescence at the age of 13. In this movie, Riley encounters feelings of anxiety, embarrassment, envy, and ennui for the first time. As in the first film, we see Joy maintaining overall control once again. As time passes and Riley grows up, her sense of self is entirely built on being a good person, friend, daughter, and student. Joy collects Riley's bad memories, ones she doesn't want to remember, and sends them out of her memory. As a result, Riley's character is formed in a way that can be described as cheerful, friendly, and honest, just as always. That is, until Riley enters adolescence. Riley and her two best friends, Bree and Grace, are set to attend a hockey camp led by the high school team's coach. However, on the morning of the camp, Riley enters adolescence, and alarms start ringing for her emotions. The emotions find the control panel, where they manage Riley's feelings, has been removed and replaced with a new and more complex one. They also learn that new emotions will soon be joining them. These new emotions are primarily anxiety, whom we will see a lot, along with envy, embarrassment, and ennui. The film occasionally features the emotion nostalgia as well, but each time, it is sent back with the message that its time hasn't come yet. This detail made me think there might be a third film coming. From the moment anxiety arrives, anxiety believes that things need to change. Anxiety thinks Riley must become friends with the hockey team, since Riley's two best friends have said they will be attending different high schools. Otherwise, Riley will be completely lonely and unhappy in high school. To achieve this, anxiety insists that they have to join the hockey team. However, when we look at Riley's self-consciousness, we see someone who isn't very confident and doesn't think she's well prepared. Anxiety breaks Riley's self-consciousness and, along with joy, traps the old emotions in a jar, sending them to the back of Riley's mind, where forgotten memories are kept. As the emotions try to escape from where they are, they find themselves in a cell where Riley's darkest secrets are locked away. From this moment on, anxiety takes over the headquarters and begins to build a new self-consciousness for Riley, incorporating negative memories and emotions. The worry, fear of failure, fear of being alone, and feelings of inadequacy caused by anxiety cause Riley to move away from her old character identity and become estranged from her friends, Bree and Grace. The pressure anxiety puts on Riley leads to the formation of a self-consciousness built on inadequacy and lack of self-confidence, such as, "I'm not good enough." Meanwhile, the old emotions are also trying to return to the headquarters. As she progresses, Joy finds the memories that she had sent to the back of her mind because she thought they were negative, and she realizes that those memories are as important in Riley's life as other memories. Joy, who manages to return to the headquarters, finds Riley having an anxiety attack during the game and somehow calms anxiety down, resolving the situation. By the end of the movie, Joy, just like in the first movie, realizes that Riley needs both positive and negative memories, and the movie ends. In the movie, we watch Riley encounter events such as sarcasm and brainstorming in her mind, which in my opinion was a very well-written plot. However, I can say that one of the details that I did not like and found meaningless was the prison scene, where Riley's dark secrets were kept. Of course, it had its benefits in terms of allowing emotions to return to the headquarters, but overall, none of them were impressive and memorable enough to create the effect that Bing Bong had in the first movie. We waited especially at the end of the movie to watch the extras, so that we could learn the darkest and most terrible secret of Riley, which was presented to us with a great mystery. But I must say that what was offered to us was nothing. The most notable and emphasized emotion in this film was anxiety. Adolescence was mostly discussed through anxiety. Embarrassment fulfilled its role successfully, which might be ironic, but I found Ennui to be quite boring as a character. In the first movie, we already see her responding to his family with bored answers and attitudes. I'm not sure if he should have been included in the second movie, or it could have been approached from a completely different angle. It seemed quite superficial and left out. I'm sure many people, like me, were also thinking, what was the role or purpose of Envy? When I think of Envy, what comes to my mind is a complex character that includes some admiration and some jealousy. But in the movie, we see Envy only as a character who helps anxiety and admires other people's hair. I think it won the attention and admiration of most of us with its sweet character design. It was very nice that anxiety was not reflected entirely within the framework of a bad emotion character because, like every other emotion, it is an emotion that should be motivating us and sometimes as controlling as joy. Because actually, while watching the film, anxiety reminded me a lot of joy. In the scene where Joy calms anxiety down, she says, "You cannot decide who Riley will be." And anxiety likewise says that she is right, no one can decide that. So anxiety is not the only person who does this. Joy does it too. The controlling nature of the two is actually parallel. They are both controlling for what they think is right in their own way. Noting similarities between other emotions like sad and embarrassment made me realize that many of our emotions actually share common traits with each other. What many people noticed in the first movie was that Riley's feelings were mixed, male and female. The fact that Riley's emotions were mixed in the first movie made me think that it could be because she was at an age where gender were not yet established. However, in the second movie, two of Riley's close friends had emotions that were girls. This might be a message about Riley's sexual identity. Who knows? The movie was generally enjoyable and entertaining. It might have been different and better if they had expanded the range of Riley's adolescence rather than just dealing with anxiety, but I still liked it. Inside Out is a great movie that everyone enjoyed watching and experienced those emotions with Riley. The first movie was based on family ties, and the second on friendship relationships. I think the third movie will come. Maybe this time we will touch on Riley's romantic life, who knows? But on the other hand, it is clearly showed that Riley isn't gay. We see her inside fantasies and perfect imaginary boyfriend in the first movie. We even see her go on a date with a guy. They show us 4 guys on Crushmore, and she has a huge secret crush on a male video game character. If they wanted to show us Riley's sexuality, I think they would have done it already, and we wouldn't search for clues, it would be clear and obvious. So many people think that Riley is in love with Val, but in the second movie, we see anxiety showing us the worst possible future. And if we look closely, we see that Val is taking Riley's boyfriend's attention. So the thing Riley feels for Val is envy and jealousy, not anything romantic. In my opinion, the mixed gender emotions may be showing us Riley's sexual identity, such as pronouns. So Riley may be using they/them pronouns instead of she/her. The best detail about second movie is the complexity of emotions. Because even the Joy has a little anger, fear, sadness, etc. inside her. Her sparkle is blue, which is the color of sadness. It shows that us humans are such complex beings. It is nearly impossible to feel and be just one thing.